Hi everyone, this is the National Master Alessandro Santagatti, and in this video we'll see the game between Mamedyarov against Caruana. The game was played in the World Cup, and in the round 4, it's the third game in which Mamedyarov defeated Caruana. And so very interesting game in which Mamedyarov played with white. So Mamedyarov played d4, knight f6, c4, g6, bishop g5, and now knight e4. It's okay, the knight is attacking the bishop, so the white moved bishop f4, and now c5. Wait, I think it's a very strange opening. We can consider it a king Indian, but unusual variation. So now the white played queen c2, and now queen a5, knight d2 to cover the king, and now f5, because the black need to defend the knight, so f5, and now f3 to force the knight to go back. Knight f6, and now d5, and d6. A very strange position. E4, the white tried to take space on the center with this move, and now knight a6. The knight can out or to go to b4 and attack the queen, or to go on c7 and help in the future to push b5. And knight e2, f takes, and now bishop g7. Black tried to complete its development and play castle, so knight c3 now, and now castle. Bishop e2. I think bishop e2 is a very important move, because in this position the bishop is not so useful to defend e4, but can be useful to take the square g4 or the square h5, for example, to avoid knight g4 or something like that. So I think bishop e2 was a very important move in this game. And now knight h5, bishop g5. Okay, what happened if the white takes? We can try to imagine what happened. The problem is that the black is not forced to take the bishop on h5 and can simply take the bishop on f4. And after that, the black has a very nice position. So this spread is good. So after knight h5, the white is forced to move the bishop. And now is attacking e7. So the problem is what to do. First of all, what happens if the knight go back? If the knight go back, I can play castle. And the black is without a plan, because I don't know what the black can do. We can imagine bishop d7 now to complete the development. But after h3, the black has no moves, and the black has problem because the square e6 is weak. And yeah, the black has no good position after that. So after bishop g5, probably the best move could be knight f4 to try to have a counter attack. For example, after bishop takes, rook takes, the black position is not bad. Probably the best move is castle, but in this way the black can trade on e2, and it's okay for black, because in this way the black can trade a knight on f6 that is not so strong, and I think now the position is equal. Caruana now made an important mistake, because after bishop g5 he didn't play knight f4, but he played queen d8, and after this move the white can simply take on h5, and I think it's clear the white is much better after that. So can complete his development with knight f3, improve the knight position, and now h6. The bishop is under attack and moves the knight on e3, bishop g4, now castle, easy move. I defend knight at the same time, I improve my king position, and now e6. E6 is a logical move, because you know e7 is weak because it's backward, and it's a good idea to try to trade this pawn for the pawn d5. So correct move e6, queen d2. I defend the pawn, at the same time I make pressure on h6, king h7, and now rook d1, because the threat could be d takes, and I can take on d6, so this can be the problem. And now, for this reason, the black blocked the game with d5, rook f2. Okay, well, In this kind of position, it's very important to pay attention because we know the white is better, but we must improve the position. And to improve the position now, it's important to take the F file. So rook F2 is important with the simple idea to double the F file. And now knight C7, rook F1, and rook B8. The black tried to make a counterattack on the queen side, H3. Bishop go back to help the push B5. And now knight D2, because the white need more pieces to attack on the king side, so this knight on C3 can be useful to attack on the king side. And now H4 to avoid knight G3. And now king H2. B6. I don't know, maybe B5. Maybe B5 to attack immediately probably is better. Because this kind of position I think is important to attack as soon as possible. So yes, the white is better, but I prefer play B5 immediately. Black played B6 and now G3. With the simple idea to take the square G3 and to add a knight on G3 after that. So H takes, knight takes G3 and rook G8. And now knight H5. I make pressure against the bishop because I can take it after that on H6. And it's a problem. So knight D8. And now I can simply take and take on H6. So very easy attack for white. I think now the white position is winning. So very good game for Mamedyarov in this game against Caruana. And now knight G5. Another nice move because yes, in theory the bishop is without the defender, but it's easy. Knight F7 and the queen and the king under attack at the same time, but after each move for black there is queen H6 checkmate, so I don't need to take the queen because of the mate. Or G6 or G7 I will play queen H6 checkmate, very nice move for white. So knight G5 is impossible take and the black try king G6 and now rook G1. The king is completely lost. Queen E7, and now knight F7, check. King has to go back, and bishop G5. The bishop is attacking the queen, and at the same time, I tried to make an attack on the H file. So now queen E2, attack H5, and knight G7, rook F6. Again, I'm threatening mate in 1. Now rook F8, now rook H6, king G8, and the bishop F6. Another interesting move because, to do an example, if the black takes the rook, very easy. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. I said, okay, if the black takes the knight, I can simply play queen H5, and there is mate in one move. Rook H8 checkmate is impossible. How I this mate? So yeah, now the position is completely lost. Caruana played this move, and after queen H5, Caruana has to resign. So Mamedyarov won a very nice game. I think Caruana made a mistake about the opening. I didn't like this opening, and after that the white played very well, very strong attack on the king side, and Mamedyarov won this game. Very important because on the other hand, Mamedyarov won in the round 4 against Caruana. So very important game. Okay, for this game is all. Thank you for your attention. See you for the next video. Bye. Remember to follow me on social networks and share the video with your friends. Thanks.